One more. All right, y'all. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am your instructor, Pierre Hui, aka Mr. P. The P is for patience. Okay. And the I is for incognito. So, real quick before we get started, Barber Starter Pack, it is going down all the way through December the 31st. I have extended the deal. Um, like I said, it's up to 30% off now. It was 50% off, y'all playing games. It is now 30% off, but you can still get everything you need to get started in your career in barbering. And honestly, I would jump on that class because if I was you and you took this class, you would be in a position you could be able to cut some hair for Christmas because Christmas cuts are coming. Christmas week is coming. Okay. Y'all gonna blink y'all eyes. Christmas will be here. And y'all gonna be scrambling, running up, trying to book with your barber, and your barber already gonna be booked, all that good stuff. And then you're gonna start thinking, oh well, maybe I can cut some hair. Maybe I'll just do this. Maybe I'll just all right, cool. Well, you need to have some tools to put in your tool belt so you can probably do that. All right. And if not, still be booking with your barber now for Christmas week. Okay. Don't be playing around. Don't wait till the week of Christmas. You need to be booking with your barber now if you haven't already. Honestly, if it was me, I'd book with my barber Thanksgiving. And I would have been talking to my barber about booking for Christmas week. Okay. So you need to be getting that together right now. Okay. One way or another. But anyway, all right. Morning time. We are going to skip a few chapters because typically we always start at infection control, then we go to anatomy, physiology, chemistry, electricity. This time for the scientific concepts part, I am going to start at Chapter 9, the skin, structure, disorders, and diseases, and Chapter 10, properties and disorders of the scalp and hair. So what does P&D stand for? P&D stands for properties and disorders. So anytime you see P&D, that's what we're going to be talking about, okay? And you're going to see P&D a whole lot, all right? So let's find it. We're going to get into it. And what I am going to do today, we are going to take our time. All right. So I plan on being here for a minute. This is not a full court press today. This is just going through the chapter regularly. Okay. I'll save the full court press for another video. Whether how sooner or later that video comes, I don't know yet. But y'all know I like to post a lot. Y'all know I like to be live a lot. Okay. All right. So let's get it. As the largest and one of the most important organs of the body, the skin is the body's first line of defense against diseases, protects the organs, and creates a barrier to the environment. Dermatology is a branch of medical science that pertains to the study of the skin, its nature, structure, functions, diseases, and treatment. A dermatologist is a physician who specializes in the treatment of the skin, hair, and nails. Okay. And a dermatologist is who I will recommend y'all to when you come in, you getting a haircut, and it's certain things going on with your skin and certain things going on with your scalp. Like if it's something going on with your hair, maybe we can sit there and talk about it from service provider to client, right? We could probably discuss that. But when it starts being something dealing with your skin, like this right here, this might be something like this. This is skin discoloration right here. This is something I would talk to a dermatologist about. Okay. So I'm not above it either. But yeah, if it's dealing with the skin, the dermatologist is the person that you need to see, not your barber. Like we don't know everything that it is to know and all this stuff. Dermatologist is a better person when you start getting into the skin and everything that's going on with it. Like say in the back of your head, you got all these bumps, not razor bumps or anything like that, not hair bumps. That ain't what I'm talking about. We talking about the crunch bar. Y'all know what I mean. Y'all have seen it before. And if you don't know it, now that I've said it, when you see it, you can't unsee it. You'll understand, right? That's somebody that you need to see a dermatologist for. Okay. That's what a dermatologist's job is, to figure out what's going on, skin, beneath the skin, all that good stuff. All right. Now, for the sake of our Barber Theory scientific concepts, we're going to talk a little bit more about it. Okay. All right. Barbers should have a thorough understanding of the skin because They should have a thorough understanding because knowing the skin's composition and underlying structures is crucial to performing facial, scalp treatments, and shaving services. Also, you'll need to recognize and be able to differentiate between normal skin conditions and those that may require medical treatment, which basically I just said. Okay. Also, you will need to recognize abnormal skin conditions that prohibit the performance of certain skin related services. Listen, if I see certain chapped skin, things like that, I will refuse service, period. Okay. I will send you home. Okay. So that's a big one. So a lot of times that happens around my consultation. A lot of times I might have considerate clients that will send me a picture and just ask, hey, can I come in and get this cut? This what I got going on, that type of thing. Let me know if I can't and if I need to go see somebody. Like I have customers that are considerate like that and courteous. So, I appreciate that. Healthy skin is slightly moist, it's soft, flexible with a smooth, fine-grained texture. The pH is slightly acidic. The pH is slightly acidic. It provides a protective barrier against organisms that touch or try to enter it. Ideally, the skin should be free of blemishes and other disorders and have the ability to renew itself. Skin varies in thickness over different parts of the body. It is thinnest on the eyelids, thickest on the palms of the hands, soles of the feet. That is a test question. I have seen that before. Okay. So I'm going to say that one again. Skin varies in thickness over different parts of the body. It is thinnest on the eyelids, thickest on the palms of the hands and soles of the feet. Continued pressure over any part of the skin can cause it to thicken and become callous. What is a callus? It's part of the body's natural defense system and should not be removed, as it will generally return thicker and harder. Now, that's one of those things. If you do remove it, we're talking about a callus. If you do remove it, it will come back thicker and it will come back tougher. Okay. Callus. Have I seen that test question? Just in general, I have, but the actual test, I have not seen that. Okay. The skin of the scalp constructed similar to the skin elsewhere on the human body, but the scalp has larger and deeper hair follicles to accommodate the longer hair on the head. The appendages of the skin are the hair, the nails, the sweat glands, and the oil glands. Skin is constructed of two clearly defined divisions, the epidermis and the dermis. The epidermis and the dermis, okay? The epidermis is also known as the cuticle or scarf skin. It is the outermost protective layer of the skin, and it is the thinnest layer of the skin. Epidermis contains no blood vessels, but has many small nerve endings. The layers or strata of the epidermis as follows. There are 5 of them, as Tara would like to say. Her favorite number is 5. 5 is in reference to how many strata or layers of the epidermis. Okay, I'm going to list them first. You've got the stratum corneum, the stratum lucidum, the stratum granulosum, the stratum spinosum, and the stratum germinativum, aka stratum germ on the titty. That's an easy way to remember that one, right? Look, whatever we got to do to remember this shit, that's what we're going to do to remember this shit, okay? All right, now let's talk about the stratus, okay, of the epidermis. Stratocorneum, also known as the horny layer, is the outer layer of the epidermis. This is the layer we see when we look at somebody. It consists of tightly packed, scale-like cells that are continually shed and replaced by cells coming to the surface from the underlying layers. These cells are made up of a fibrous protein called keratin, which combines with a thin layer of oil, which is sebum, S-E-B-U-M, to help make the stratum corneum a protective, waterproof layer. Next, you have the stratum lucidum, or the clear layer. It lies beneath the stratum corneum and consists of small, transparent cells through which light can pass. Okay. The stratum granulosum, or granular layer, consists of cells that look like distinct granules and are filled with keratin. These cells are almost dead. They are pushed to the surface to replace cells that are shed from the stratum corneum. Next, you have the stratum spinosum, or the spiny layer. The spiny layer, often classified as part of the germinativum, is a sublayer that lies above the basal strata and beneath the stratum granulosum. The process that causes skin cells to shed begins in this layer. Okay. And last but not least, of the 5 strata or layers of the epidermis, you have the stratum germinativum. Okay, germinativum. All right, also known as the Malpighian or basal cell layer, is the deepest layer of the epidermis. This layer is responsible for the growth of the epidermis. It also contains melanocytes, which produces a dark pigment called melanin. Melanin, which protects the sensitive cells below from the destructive effects of excessive exposure to ultraviolet light. Next, we're going to talk about the dermis, and then we're going to, what's up, Jay? Next, we're going to talk about the dermis, and then we're going to take a break, and we'll be back, okay? We're going to go through a little bit of chapter 10, okay? Dermis is the underlying or inner layer of the skin. It is also called the derma, the corium, the cutis, or the true skin. The dermis is about 25 times thicker than the epidermis and consists of a highly sensitive vascular layer of connective tissue. Within its structure are numerous blood vessels, nerves, lymph, LYMPH, and oil glands, hair follicles, erector pili muscles, and papillae. The dermis consists of 2 layers. Okay, you have the papillary or the superficial layer and the reticular or the deeper layer. Okay, I really wish that phone call wouldn't have came in, because now it's making one of my accounts stop so much. And somebody always call me when I go live. I don't know if they be watching my live waiting on me. I'm just saying, I ain't gonna be a conspiracy theorist, but I am gonna be a conspiracy theorist. All right. Papillary layer lies directly beneath the stratum germinativum of the epidermis. It contains small cone-shaped projections of elastic tissue called papillae that point upward into the epidermis. Some of these papillae contain looped capillaries, which are small blood vessels. Others contain small structures called tactile corpuscles with nerve fiber endings that are sensitive to touch and pressure. This layer also contains some melanin or skin pigment. The space at the top of this layer is the epidermal-dermal junction, where the 2 layers meet. All right. Second layer of the dermis, you have the reticular layer. It is the deeper layer of the dermis, which supplies the skin with oxygen and nutrients. Let me say that one more time. Okay. The reticular layer is the deeper layer of the dermis, which supplies the skin with oxygen and nutrients. The reticular layer contains the following structures within its network. You have fat cells. Okay, my man. You have fat cells, sweat glands, blood vessels, hair follicles, lymph glands, erector pili muscles, and oil glands. Okay, let me say it again. The reticular layer, deeper layer of the dermis, it supplies the skin with oxygen and nutrients. The reticular layer contains the following structures within its network: fat cells, sweat glands, blood vessels, hair follicles, lymph glands, erector pili muscles, and oil glands. All right, cool. Okay. Subcutaneous tissue, also known as adipose tissue, is a layer of fatty tissue found below the dermis. Subcutaneous tissue varies in thickness according to age, gender, and general health. It gives smoothness and contour to the body, contains fats for use as energy, and also acts as a protective cushion for the outer skin. All right. And we are going to stop right there. We're going to take a break. We're going to jump back on chapter 10, and I will see y'all in a minute. I'm going to charge up, and I will see y'all very, very shortly for the second part of this study session. Okay. I'm your instructor, Pierre Hooley, aka Mr. P. The P is for patience. It is also for PAC, as in the Barber Starter Pack. Again, if you know anybody trying to get into barbering, they never picked up a pair of clippers, they never held a pair of clippers, but this is something that they want to do, let me know. The link is in the bio. It's still 30% off through December 31st. So check in. Okay. DeWan 2008, what's happening? I will see you shortly. We will be back for part 2 of the study session. Okay. P and D for the skin, scalp, and hair. That is properties and disorders. Peace. And